please welcome to the stage the cast of William Peace University Theater's Cinderella. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Dr. Brian C. Ralph, President of William Peace University.
Can we give another big round of applause for our theater students? Well, welcome. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to William Peace University. I'm Dr. Brian Ralph. I do have the pleasure of serving as president of this incredible institution, and I want to thank you all for coming out tonight to our 2022 State of the University Address. Whether this is your first time on campus or you visit us many times before, it is a pleasure to have you here. I also want to extend a special welcome to those of you joining us online as we live stream tonight through YouTube as well as our WPU social media channels. And I invite all of you to follow along using the hashtag WPUSOUA22. Each year, we host this event to share the incredible work of William Peace University community. I want to take this moment first and foremost to thank the advancement team who worked tirelessly to put this event together. We have some exciting news to share and updates to celebrate, so let's get started. I first would like to take the opportunity to acknowledge special guests that we have with us this evening. We have members of our WPU Board of Trustees, our Foundation Board, and our Alumni Association Board of Directors. Thank you all for being here this evening. If you would please rise to be recognized, I would greatly appreciate it. On behalf of the entire WPU community, please know that we value and appreciate your commitment to this institution and your outstanding leadership and support. I also would like to send a special welcome to those of us who are joining us from the Student Government and Programming Association Board. We have a number of student leaders here tonight. If you all would stand to be recognized. Good to see you, Kiera. We also have our senior leadership team with us. We are very fortunate as a university to have an energetic, talented, and dedicated leadership team. We have a number of new leaders here joining us tonight due to some retirements and departures. And so we're going to have some slides that'll show you our team, and then I'll ask them to stand at the end. So first up is Dr. Linda Szymanski, who's our new Vice President for Academic Affairs. Next, Belinda Burke, who is our Vice President for Administration and Chief Financial Officer. Dr. DeShanna Brown, our Vice President for University Advancement. Dr. Damon Wade, our Vice President for Enrollment Management and Marketing. Frank Rizzo, our Vice President for Student Life. And Kelly Dietz, our Director of Presidential Operations. If the leadership team could please stand to be recognized. Dr. Wade, I think, is in his 9th day here at the university, so he's our rookie. They work tirelessly each and every day to move this university forward, and it is an honor to serve alongside them, and I'm looking forward to some great times together as we move this university forward. And lastly, I'd like to invite my beautiful bride of 28 years, Kristen Ralph, to stand. We're grateful to have you here tonight, babe. As you all are aware, the pandemic has taken an incredible toll on our country and our world. Higher education has been no exception to that. Enrollment is down across the United States, with over 1 million fewer students enrolled today than just a couple short years ago. As we know, the pandemic has also led to learning loss, especially in the K-12 system, and higher education needs to be ready to help support these students and help them achieve their dreams despite challenging K-12 experiences. And the mental health challenges for students, faculty, and staff, not only on our campus, but at universities across the globe, are very, very real. And we here are working hard to support our students, faculty, and staff as we navigate many difficult challenges and making sure that we provide the resources necessary to support each of them and help them thrive. Despite these challenges, I am more convinced than ever that higher education has a critical role to play in our society and, importantly, in our economy. We must continue to learn and grow as a society and as a world in order for this country and our globe to reach its potential. And what I'm most excited about is that I believe that William Peace University is perfectly positioned to do just that, to make an incredible impact. The State of the University Address is an opportunity for me to share a bit about our progress against our Believe in Peace strategic plan. And as a reminder, our plan is both an aspirational plan focused on how we achieve our vision and an inspirational plan, our focus on accomplishing our mission and impacting the lives of our students so that they can have tremendous careers and lives after they walk across our stage. The plan has 4 key themes associated with our future. First and foremost is immersive learning. This is our experiential, hands-on approach to teaching and learning. It engages both the faculty and the students in creative, collaborative, and inspiring learning opportunities in which they learn by doing, and importantly, learn how to learn. Our faculty have completely redesigned our curriculum and will be moving into a brand new, more experiential structure next fall. It's truly an extraordinary achievement by our faculty, and what's most impressive is they did this in the middle of a pandemic, when they had to learn how to flip classrooms and support students in the most challenging and unique ways possible, and yet our faculty were able to design a new structure that is going to provide incredible learning experiences for our students and rewarding teaching opportunities for our faculty. We also are very fortunate this year to start engaging with the Manning Immersive Learning Fund. This is a fund that established opportunities for students to have numerous engagement and immersive experiences, such as opportunities with the North Carolina Symphony, the Civil Rights Museum in Greensboro, and the Playmakers production of A Wrinkle in Time, just to name a few. And we are very fortunate to have Sarah Jo Manning, class of 58 and 60, here with us this evening. She provided incredible visionary support of this fund. And Sarah Jo, we'd love to just give you a round of applause. Thank you. Our next pillar in our strategic plan has to do with innovative partnerships. This represents our focus on engaging organizations in our region with our students as well as different project opportunities with faculty. So things like corporate partnerships, internship opportunities all fit into this particular theme. It also is an area where we focus on partnering with the families of our university as well as our alumni. And speaking of innovative partnerships, we established a new partnership with the families of the students here at the university this year. We held our inaugural Family Weekend, October 7th through the 9th. We had over 100 attendees for our first ever event, and we have terrific leadership of our Pacer Family program that provided this opportunity to partner with families to engage them in the life of the university and equip them to support their students in new and unique ways. We're really proud of that new program. I'm also very proud of how we have partnered with other colleges and universities to provide opportunities for our students. We have 11 2+2 programs with Wake Tech Community College, our strongest academic partnership on campus. What this means is that a Wake Tech graduate can earn a 2-year degree in an Associate of Applied Science field and be able to arrive at WPU as a junior, and in just 2 more years complete a bachelor's degree. We've created this bridge so that those students know exactly what they need to earn a bachelor's degree in 4 years if they choose to start at Wake Tech Community College. And in some cases, they can even finish more quickly. The most recent partnerships we've established with them were in human resource management and interactive design, and this is in addition to many of the other programs that we offer, such as simulation and game design, exercise and sports science, and nursing, just to name a few. Unbelievably, about 15% of our student body have some transfer credit from Wake Tech Community College. They are a true partner, and we are honored to have so many of their students and graduates here. We also have some terrific other partnerships with academic institutions. We have a 3+3 program with Campbell University's Norman Adrian Wiggins School of Law. This allows students to enroll here for 3 years, go on to law school for 3 years, and sit for the bar exam, eliminating an entire year of tuition on their journey to become a lawyer or a judge. And lastly, we have an exceptional 4+1 MBA program with Meredith College, where students can come to Peace, earn a bachelor's degree, and then in just 1 additional year at Meredith be able to achieve an MBA. Our third theme in the strategic plan, it reflects our laser focus on being a larger, dynamic, and vibrant university, all focused around strategic growth, enabling us to invest more heavily in the student experience, in our programs, and in our people, and additional scholarship dollars. One way for us to grow is to add new opportunities for students to choose William Peace University, and our faculty have been very aggressive in doing just that. Just this fall, we added 3 new majors: esports and gaming administration, interactive design, and human resource management. As we continue to pursue growth, I'm pleased to share that our fall enrollment for new students was up 3.5%, and our adult enrollment was up over 10% this fall. Now, we did not escape the impact of enrollment through the pandemic, and so certainly some of the classes during the pandemic were smaller, but we are excited about the momentum we have coming into this fall, and more importantly, as we head into spring and fall of next year. In fact, our applications for spring are up 64%. Our campus visits for students who are choosing to come here next year are up over 100%, and our fall applications are already up 38%. We are excited about the interest being demonstrated by prospective students and are hopeful that our growth plans are going to come to fruition sooner versus later. We also had the opportunity to add new spaces to support our growth in these new programs. We added a new esports lab, a new exercise and sports science lab, and a business analytics lab. Lastly, our fourth theme is distinctive identity. And this relates to how we tell our story about who we are today and where we are headed, and how immersive learning plays a critical role in the experience and lives of students each and every day. As part of our distinctive identity work, this year we've been rolling out our new branding and marketing campaign, and the reception of it has been exceptional. And another part of our distinctive identity is that we have an incredibly wonderful, diverse student body here at William Peace University. Approximately 50% of our students are students of color, and almost a quarter of our students are the first in their families to go to college, an incredibly courageous step by our students. We continue to strengthen our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we celebrate the success of our students. As many of you are aware, we acknowledged some parts of our history this past spring that, while not entirely surprising, were important steps in order for us to become a more inclusive and welcoming community. We received some good feedback from participants who participated in listening sessions, and we are now conducting a broad climate survey on our campus of our faculty, our staff, and our students so that we can better understand both the challenges and the opportunities that are in front of us as we embrace our core value of diversity, inclusion, and respect. I'm excited to hear from our community members in the coming weeks as it will inform our work as we develop a diversity, equity, and inclusion strategic plan with the hopes, of course, of making us a better and better university each and every day. And I'm confident that we will do that because we have a dedicated and hardworking students, faculty, and staff. SAC-COC is the accrediting body located in the southeastern United States and is the organizing body that we have to go through accreditation, reaffirmation of accreditation every 10 years. It's a rigorous process of self-study and then coupled with external evaluation by peers to see how well an institution is meeting its accreditation standards. It is a campus-consuming process, but a noble one because it's focused not only on the performance of the institution, but how quickly a university or college is embracing its ability to continuously improve. Every single faculty and staff member on this campus participates in this process. Carolyn Blattner, our Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs, provided incredible leadership of this process and project, and I believe I saw Carolyn in the audience. Carolyn, thank you for all that you did to navigate through this entire process. For those of you outside of higher ed, I can't possibly describe to you how difficult and challenging the reaffirmation process is, even in the best of times. We had the privilege of going through it in the middle of a pandemic. Needless to say, it was incredibly challenging and exhausting for our faculty and staff, but I'm unbelievably pleased and honored to share that the SAC-COC board voted to reaffirm our accreditation for another 10 years at their June board meeting, which is an exceptional accomplishment for our campus, especially in the middle of a pandemic. But what's really exceptional is that very rare company, we had 0 items to follow up on as part of our process. And to quote a colleague from another institution with whom I spoke, he said, "Brian, that almost never happens." It is a huge success, and so I asked the audience to join me in celebrating the faculty and staff who are here tonight who made this incredible accomplishment possible. As I said, the reaffirmation process is an incredible opportunity for a university to reflect, but also look at how it can move forward and improve. And so there's a great tool as part of the reaffirmation process called the Quality Enhancement Plan. And this is an opportunity for a university or college to focus on a specific area on their campus where they really want to take things to the next level. And as predictably as this might sound, we chose immersive learning as our area that we really wanted to continue to take to the next level. And so our QEP is called Building Tiles, Building Tangible Immersive Learning Experiences. And it's a 5-year initiative created to help students develop creative problem-solving skills and collaboration abilities. As all of you who are employers know, those are 2 incredibly important things for college students to learn as they move their way into the workforce or graduate school. One of the great things about our QEP is that it is going to be applied across all majors and our internship program. As a reminder, immersive learning here is when we combine classroom learning opportunities with professional, real-world experiences to provide students with dynamic, hands-on opportunities so that they're ready for an ever-changing market. We encourage our students to be more courageous and to do more so that they have the confidence to meet every opportunity and face every challenge. So to literally bring immersive learning to life for you tonight, it is my pleasure to introduce Jennifer Suarez, our Director of Integrated Marketing and Communications, and 2 of our terrific students, Nathan and Adam Lembo, and they are going to virtually show you what immersive learning is all about. Please welcome them to the stage.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Ralph. As he said, I'm Jennifer Suarez. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications, and I'm so thrilled that two of our wonderful students, Adam and Nathan Lembo, were able to join us here tonight. They are both seniors studying simulation and game design. You've heard us mention immersive learning at least once or twice along the way, and there's a reason for that. It really is everything we do here. And I am so excited I get to share with you one of the super cool examples of that here at WPU. So as a marketer, I'm always looking for ways to share our campus with the community, and most importantly, with prospective students. Of course, some of them are able to come to our campus for a tour, but not everyone is able to do that. So in the spring, Professor Brandon Cruz, who should get a lot of credit for this, had a brilliant idea. What if we created a virtual reality tour? We, of course, have video tours available on our website and YouTube, but this would take it to the next level. His students would come away with an immersive learning experience, and I, the marketer, get to have this cool VR tour to talk about. Our challenge, though, come up with a virtual reality tour in just 14 weeks. I can tell you that is just not a lot of time, but apparently impossible things are happening every day. His 6 students, under his guidance, Professor Cruz, did just a fantastic job, and by May they had created a tour of our Welcome Center. So Nathan here is going to demonstrate what an Oculus headset looks like a little bit, in case you haven't tried one on at home. And then, as you can see on the screen, this is what the tour looks like. You feel like you are inside our Welcome Center in Maine. If you haven't been, this is what it looks like. You can walk through the spaces, learn more about campus and WPU. Using pointers, you can pick up a brochure to read more about campus. You can pick up blocks on the desk to read more about financial aid or watch a video about scholarships. On the side, you can read more about diversity, student life, and some other things about WPU in general. What's just so amazing to me is that these 6 students created all of this. They had to go over to the Welcome Center and take measurements and then create this in software exactly to the same specifications. They had to think about the textures and the lighting and shadows to make sure that you felt like you were actually in a room. You can hear a phone ringing in the background, and that again is part of creating that immersive experience of being in our Welcome Center. In the second room, you can click on a diorama of campus and click on photos to learn more about different aspects about our buildings. Also, you can click on a Wait or a Nintendo Switch to learn more about athletics programs or esports and gaming administration. Another thing I really want to call out here is that each of those 6 students used their talents. So for example, you're hearing music in the background, and that was one of the students who had a talent for that in composing, and he and I sat down and talked about what kind of music would be good as far as the background tone goes. Another student was in charge of being the project manager, which of course was really important in that 14-week span to get all this done. And so every week I went to class, and just as I would with any vendor I hired to do something like this, I met with them and gave them feedback, and they gave me a progress update. Because of this project, these students have something they can point to, something tangible. They can say, I did that, I created that, I did this in college, and now they can put it on their resume. The other fantastic thing about this is it's just not done. Other students in future classes can build on this and even build upon what this team started. Also, right now, I have it available only installed locally on 2 Oculus headsets, but my goal is to someday get it in the Facebook Meta App Store, so literally anybody in the world could click on our logo and learn more about William Peace University. Now, again, I said this is an enormous project, and we only had 14 weeks. So although it was mostly done by May, we weren't quite ready, and I'm so thrilled that Adam and Nathan agreed to work this summer on the project to put that finishing polish on top of it. So they're joining us here today to share a little bit about the experience. Adam, what is the main thing you learned from creating this tour?
So I think the main thing I learned from creating this tour was how to work with a client and a team. It provided real-world experience for me to use my skills that I've learned in my program and apply them to something that is useful in the world, besides working on something like an entertainment game or just a school project. So it was a really good experience for that.
Thank you. And Nathan, what was the hardest part about creating this project?
One of the most difficult parts about creating this project is taking all of the art, the music, and also the programming and putting it together. And so we all had to figure out how we wanted this game to play, how we wanted the interactions to look, especially for people who might have never touched a VR headset, which many of us actually hadn't prior to working on this project. So combining all of that and making an intuitive and interactive experience was definitely a challenge, but also a very rewarding lesson.
Thank you. So if you want to learn more about this project, or if you want to try this out for yourself, we're going to go out to the lobby, and we'll be there afterward to answer your questions and let you give it a shot. Thank you so much.
Can we have another round of applause for Nathan and Adam? They represent the very heartbeat of what we're trying to do each and every day here, and that is give students learning opportunities that can truly be transformational, but also give students the opportunities to make their impact here at the university, and Nathan and Adam represent the very best of that. In November of 2021, the 22 Courageous Gifts in 22 Giving campaign was launched as a campus-wide fundraising initiative here at William Peace University. Donors make the decision to support this initiative by making a courageous commitment that provides our students with the resources that they need through immersive learning experiences and allows them to build up courage and develop confidence they need to turn their passion into purpose. The major gifts that have come through this campaign thus far are shaping not only the future of our university, but impacting our students daily. I would like to extend a special thanks to the 11 of the 22 courageous donors who have already made their mark here at the university. Roger and Celia Sims, Rich Ivy, and numerous friends and family. The Coastal Credit Union Foundation, Willard G. Ross and Libby Holding Ross, Angela Cavanis Weiskopf, Billy Redman and Kemp Harris, the family, friends, and classmates of Heidi Renee Plemons, class of 97, Brian and Gibbs Chadwick Ives, class of 76, the Fenwick Foundation and Stuart and Tricia Phoenix, Gail McCoy Wilkins, class of 11, and Carl Wilkins, Tony Parham and Dr. Linda Morris Parham, and just today, the A.E. Finley Foundation stopped by with a courageous gift as well to continue the support of the Marion Finley Residence Hall. This evening, I have the pleasure to invite several of our 22 and 2022 members to the stage to talk more about their commitments and why they choose to support this campus-wide initiative. So I'd like to introduce who those are, and you can give them a round of applause after I invite all of them to the stage. So please help me in welcoming Gail McCoy Wilkins, class of 2011, Carl Wilkins, Tony Parham, Dr. Linda Morris Parham, Stuart Phoenix, and Tricia Phoenix. Please welcome them to the stage. Please have a seat. So I'm going to date myself a little bit here. We're going to do this Donahue style, because I'm not Jimmy Fallon. So we're going to have the opportunity to get to know these folks a little bit tonight and have a chance to hear their stories and about their passion for the university. And so, Gail and Carl, I'd like to start with you, and if you could just tell us a little bit about who you are, and in particular, your relationship with the university.
Well, I'm Gail McCoy Wilkins, and I'm class of 2011. I have a degree in human services from William Peace University, and that's really great news.
Hi, I'm Carl Wilkins, and I'm married to this lovely lady, Gail Wilkins, and 45 years, and have the pleasure of watching her grow and develop and see what William Peace has been a part of that.
Wonderful. Thank you. Linda, Tony, you'd introduce yourselves?
Hey, Tony Parham, and my relationship, I got introduced to the university by a colleague. So my wife and I came to the Triangle in 2016, and right about 2017 or 2018, I was asked by a colleague who was on the board at the time, said, hey, would you consider joining the board? We have an opening. I said, sure. I'll think about it, or let's talk about it. And so we kind of had an introductory conversation with Dr. Ralph, and was immediately impressed. And so I ended up joining the board, and it's been a good thing. I've had the history of, I've worked for many different organizations, and sometimes you join an organization and it's great. Sometimes you join and man, did I make a mistake? But every step along the way, it was like, wow, this is just more and more affirming that, man, this is just a really good organization, good leadership, good students, a good university, accomplishing a lot. And so it's been a fantastic relationship.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Linda Morris Parham, and as my husband said, we moved to the Triangle in 2016. He came home one day and said, hey, I think I'm going to join the board at Peace University. And I said, oh, Peace University? I had just met a student. I was at a sporting goods store, and I bought something that was too heavy for me to take to my car. And this young man said, I'll take you to your car. And as we walked to the car, he told me he was a student at Peace University. And I thought, is there a university named Peace? How cool is that? So I asked him what was he studying, and he told me what he was studying. And I thought he was a very fine young man. So when my husband said he was going to join the board of Peace University, I said, I think that's a good idea.
Very good. Stuart, Tricia?
I have three connections to Peace. The first is my grandmother went here, and they found a picture of her of the class when she was in here, and that would have been about 1910. So she was in grade school here. My mother and her sisters grew up in Raleigh, and they attended here. I'm not sure exactly what years, but probably been in grade school, or maybe in some in junior high and high school, but that would have been in the 30s. And then the third connection was Laura Bingham, who was the president a number of years ago, came here from Hollins College, which is now Hollins University. My mother went to Hollins University and had gotten to know Laura when she was up there. So when Laura came to Peace, my mother was one of the first people she called and got my mother involved, and she ended up setting up a professorship, which is now for the fine arts. And that led to my brother and I being recruited to do various things. And I'm on my second stint on the board of trustees, and just been delighted to be involved with the university.
Terrific. Thank you. That's great. So maybe start with the Parhams. Why did you choose to invest in William Peace University?
So I'll start. So as a member of the board, we give anyone on a particular level, try to contribute. But then when this particular campaign started, I said, hey, might we kind of go to the next level? So as I was in conversation with Peace and kicking around certain things, we settled on this idea of having a scholar award, because that was something which helped me when I was in school and studying. When I went to business school, times were tight, and I don't come from wealth or money, and so being able to help support someone who is a person of excellence, who's a person focused on achievement. And I said, hey, is there some way we can do something like that? And we were able to do that and to create this award, the Parham Scholar Award, kind of similar to there was a Seeley Scholar Award when I was in business school, and I think so little ring is a Seeley Scholar Award ring, and it's given to a particular student who has met certain standards. And so we were working with the staff here to say, hey, can we structure it this way, that way, to really recognize students who were achievement-oriented, excellence-oriented, leadership-oriented, because it's about being a leader, because to accomplish anything of note, it's really about how can you get others involved with you, so that entails leadership. And particularly it's focusing on students in underrepresented communities and African American students potentially. And so we were able to create this and kind of fashion it with my wife, and we really got excited about it, and we're just pleased that we could come together.
So I was happy when my husband came home and asked about supporting Peace University in such a way. I think throughout our marriage, we had always wanted to be in a place where we could give and give significantly. And there are many times when that just seemed like it wasn't going to happen for us. And so I'm glad that we have been able to reach a time in our lives where we could actually sit back and be able to give. And as my husband said, he was given an award, and I certainly have received many awards. Well, probably shouldn't say it that way. I have been able to receive several awards, and it's always nice to be recognized when you work hard and have your achievements acknowledged, especially in the place where you're being groomed and where you're growing. And I think it's also nice when that award can come with some cash. Because it really means that someone's investing in you. And my father was a first-generation college student. He grew up in Talladega, Alabama, which is at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. And he was the first person, not only in his family, but in his generation, to go to college. And I don't know that I knew that about my father until much later in life. And every time I go back to his home in Talladega, I am more and more moved and touched and impressed by his vision, his courage, and his determination to do what he did in his life. And I just felt like if we can invest in a student who also is going to be experiencing some vision and courage, it would be a way for us to say, way to go. And there is someone out there besides your mother and your father or your relatives or your community who is supporting you.
And likewise, I should add, both of my parents were first generation going to college, and they were both educators in the public school system in Baltimore, Maryland, and always instilled in us the importance of education. So this continues that legacy.
That's terrific. Thank you all. Tricia, Stewart, you have been longtime supporters and investors in the university. What compels you to give and support?
Well, I went to Mary Baldwin College, which is now Baldwin University, and so I've given back to that school, and it's going into the future, and then just always supporting Stewart as far as his family connections, and trying to make it so that I believe one year we had a nonprofit work with the School of, it was Safe Child.
Oh, Safe Child, right?
Yeah. And so was it the school here that was in marketing or sociology?
Like that, yeah, and we had a connection. We have a small scholarship which supports that effort, which we'd like to see the connection. Tricia always likes to see the connections between nonprofits working together.
Yeah.
And that's always an emphasis that she's had, all that. And I think, you know, for me, William Peace is just this little treasure in the middle of Raleigh. Has so much potential, has so much going for it. So just to support it and see it grow and be successful, I mean, that's really what drives me.
That's great. Thank you. Wilkins, how about you all? What really compelled you to choose to invest in the university?
Well, I'll start first. One of the things that, the reason I thought we should give to the university and why it was important to us is that the transformation of the students. You know, I was an adult student when I came to William Peace University, and I knew that whenever I returned to school and to complete my degree, I really wanted to go to an institution that was renowned, someone that was known as a great education institution. And so whenever I was deciding where, William Peace University, Peace College was the very school that I decided to do that because I knew that it would impact my life. So when people would ask, you know, where did you go to school? In order to complete your degree as an adult student, I could proudly say William Peace University. And then one of the other things I thought that I wrote down that was so important. I wanted to write it down. Also, the reason I thought it was important to come and be a part and how important William Peace is because, and although it's an excellent university, without essential resources, students will not know of this great institution. That's why it's important to give.
Well, it was important for me because I had a front row seat to the transformation of my wife as an adult. Unlike you, we are the first generation in our families to go to college. There's no one in the history of our, we can look back, ever been to college. We're first generation. We both started as adult students. We're late bloomers. And we worked hard together. We raised a family, a young family. She put me to college first. I went to engineering school at another little university down the street here. I won't name them, but so after our second child graduated, she had started but never finished. And I knew she was smart and great and courageous and all that, but I didn't know it until later in life. She said, I want to go back to school and finish. Then when I saw the woman develop, the lady, the professional, which I've always known, I said, I credit all that to William Peace University. So that's why I wanted to come back and invest, because I am a beneficiary. My family, all of us are beneficiaries of the transformation I saw.
Wow, outstanding. Thank you very much. And this can be open to any of you that would like to, everybody's needing a moment. I need a moment. Anybody could answer this as you feel compelled. What kind of impact are you looking to see your giving make? We've heard a little bit about giving other students opportunities, raising the awareness of the institution and opening doors. Are there other types of impact that really jump out to you that compels you to give to the university?
I have one.
Please.
And again, I said that I wrote it down because I think this moment is so important that I didn't want to miss anything that would be captivating and change. When I came to William Peace University as an adult student, I decided to see transformation in how the students would see themselves, as my mindset changed as well when I came here, that their mindsets would change by embracing their new beliefs so they could reach their full potential. And I realized after I graduated in 2011, the things that I've accomplished between now and 2022 is absolutely amazing. And I do attribute it to the university and the resources that they made available for me whenever I came. Thank you so much.
That's great, Gail. Yeah.
I'll
do it,
take a
yeah.
stab at that too. So the first gift from our family was the professorship that my mother did. The next one, I think, was the Safe Child gift. There was also my grandmother had done what she has another scholarship. We may have contributed some to that. But the last gift we made, we put purely at your discretion is what to do it, because in talking with our CFO at the time, we had HVAC issues. Should we do that? Should we move it to get it more silent? There was talk of building a patio or something like that. So I just thought it'd be good to put some money at Brian's discretion to do what he thought was important, which he might not be able to talk the CFO into spending as being a priority. So give him a little leverage over dealing with the budget, do something he wanted to do. So we took that approach.
And I got to tell you, the month in the Bahamas was terrific. So it's really, that's good.
So in terms of the impact that we would like to see, I'll say a few words and if Dr. Linda wants to say anything. So personally, to the extent that we can help to inspire and support 1 liter per year, and setting something in perpetuity to do that, which this Parham Scholar Award will do, to encourage that person and to help to recognize that person and say, you are the leader that can accomplish change. As a famous anthropologist once said, never doubt that a very small group of people can have an impact on society, because in fact, that's the only thing that ever has. And so to the extent that we can encourage and support that person to be all that they can be to impact the world, and to the extent that we can help to provide little finances for that, because student debt is a significant issue for folks that don't come from means. So just as the scholarships I received were instrumental in helping me defray some of my debt, hopefully this will help that person or one person per year in terms of getting them financially positioned for greater long-term success.
That's terrific. So last question, and anybody can choose to answer it. Why is giving important to you, and what message would you maybe have for somebody who's in the audience tonight or watching online that may be thinking about supporting the institution? What should be some of the things that they should be thinking about?
So a week before I was to graduate from high school, a letter came to my house, and I'd gone to a small girls' school in the city of Philadelphia. And the letter was welcoming me to the Alumni Association, and the letter was also asking me for money. And I said to my mom, they're asking me for money. I haven't graduated yet. I don't even have a job. I'm not giving any money to that school. And she looked at me with all sincerity, and from the depths of her heart, she said, oh yes, you will give back to that school because that school has helped make you and will help make you the person that you are. And I just think that every institution I've had an opportunity to go to, whether it was volunteering or being paid, when the Capital campaign came around, I was there on the phone calling alumni and asking them for money because I truly believe that. And I don't believe that all gifts have to be large or all gifts have to come from people with big names. I think when my husband and I moved here, our realtors told us that we were going to have to pick a side. Our friends said, you don't have to pick a side, but you have to pick a color. And so we're looking at each other. We didn't really know quite what.
Pick a shade of blue. What?
Yeah, exactly. Shoot. So I don't think they thought green was in that picking. And I think all my life, the longer I've lived, I realized that not everything that's big and shiny and has a fancy name, they're not always the only game in town. And so from the moment I stepped on Peace campus, I pulled into the parking lot, I looked around. I just, in my gut and in my spirit, I just really valued this place. And every time I come to an event and someone is speaking and the person who is speaking had gone to the school, I mean, I'm so touched by your story, and just impressed by the people who talk and the people who are here. And it is a place where it feels like it's a university, but it also feels like it's a family. And I just think there's so many students out there who need to experience this. And I do think that there are a lot of people out there who could probably give, and they don't necessarily realize that every gift counts. There's no gift that is too small when it comes to trying to educate children.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll add to that. I'll quote the chancellor down the street at the Red Wing, who says, the difference between a good university and a great university is philanthropy. And his point was, it's a good one, they get their money from the state, you only get so much money. But when the alumni, whoever gives, it allows them to do those marginal things for scholarships, professorships, building things like that, which you can't do just based on tuition. And so philanthropy is just such an important part of any university, any institution, to making it great. And I think that's why we give.
That's great. So, Carl, you want to finish this out?
In closing,
Please.
Gail and I have always been generous with our family. We've been pretty blessed because people have invested in us over the years and have given it to us. So we think it's only natural that we pay it forward and give for others. Our scholarship is Wilkins McCoy Scholarship, and it's earmarked for adult students. We just wanted to encourage people like us who maybe didn't get the natural start or right out of high school or wherever they may be coming from, but there's still a way. We want to encourage someone who's maybe having a career change or never completed something, life happened, and they needed some support. And that's what we really got in behind. And we think it's good. We never saw ourselves, I'm going to be very candid, we always thought people who gave universities were very wealthy and influential in society. We never saw ourselves as being someone able to give. And then when Gail came to me and says, I want to do this, and I said, well, sure, let's make it happen. And we were able to do it, and we'll continue to do it. And it makes us feel good. It's a great feeling to do that. And I want everyone to have that chance and that experience to feel good about who they are, who their investing is. And as I'll repeat, I see what the university can do. I see what education can do, and that's why we give.
It's outstanding. Will you join me in thanking these incredible panelists? Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you, thank you. As they make their way to their seats, I just want them to know how much we appreciate their insights, their passion, and their heart for our students, and the incredible commitment that you've demonstrated not only with your time, but also with your treasure. You are making an impact in our students, and I know many people are going to leave tonight inspired by your generosity, so thank you very, very much. If you'd like to read more about their stories and the many other stories of people who have stepped up to be part of our 22 in the 2022 campaign, you can go to our website at peace.edu and visit the 22 in 2022 Giving Campaign page to hear some of the terrific stories, very similar to the ones that you heard tonight. At this time, we have an opportunity to bring our program to a close, and I would like to invite Dr. DeShanna Brown to the stage to join me for some closing remarks. DeShanna joined the WPU community on October 24th, so she's got Damon beat by a couple weeks, and she is our new Vice President for University Advancement. So, DeShanna, this has been a really very special night tonight. And we are thrilled that you have joined the community. And you obviously started at a pretty good time, so this is good news. We are thrilled to have you here and are confident in the impact that you're going to make in the lives of our students and your leadership of a terrifically talented team. We have the privilege of celebrating generosity of some terrific folks tonight. And the folks on stage tonight were great representatives of the people that really believe in this institution and believe in peace. And I'm really excited to share that we have one more donor to celebrate this evening. Over the last several years, we have been fortunate to more deeply connect with an alumna of Peace who called her time at Peace, quote, the best years of her life. She has been generously supporting the university over the last several years. And recently, I was contacted by a representative of this alumna because she wanted to invest in our students in an even more significant way. Honored guests, it is my pleasure to introduce to you through some slides, because unfortunately she could not be with us tonight, Mrs. Peggy Britt, class of 1956. This is a current photo of Mrs. Britt, and we also have a picture of when she was here on campus at Peace in 1956. I had a great conversation with her just a few weeks ago, and she was so excited to be able to do what we're going to share with you tonight. Mrs. Britt created a foundation in her and her late husband's name to direct her philanthropic efforts. And we are very fortunate to have a member of the board of the Bill and Peggy Britt Foundation with us this evening. Would you please give a warm welcome as we welcome Jean Britt to the stage. Jean, we are honored that you have been able to join us this evening and to celebrate William Peace University, and in particular, the generosity of Mrs. Peggy Britt. So ladies and gentlemen and guests online, I'm very humbled and excited to announce a gift from the Bill and Peggy Britt Foundation in the amount of $1 million. This scholarship is designated, and you'll hear a theme here. She has a heart for students who are the first in their families to go to college and those who have financial need. So this will be creating an endowment to support students in perpetuity to do just that. And I want to give Jean just a moment to share a few remarks, and then we want to celebrate and do some pictures. So, Jean, please.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Such an honor to be here with all of you tonight. And I wish that Peggy could have been here. I got to talk to her today. I told her I was coming, and I wanted to read her what I was going to write today, so it got her approval. But I'm very honored to be a part of the Bill and Peggy Britt Foundation. I'm also very thankful and very honored to be involved with Bill and Peggy. I've been with them for almost 30 years, and so I've learned a lot, and I tell you, I've seen a lot. They are tremendous givers, and Peggy, her heart is so dear to peace. When I first got around Peggy, she started telling me about peace and what it meant to her. And she would show me pictures and tell me what she had done. And it's very much of an honor for me to listen to you guys, because Peggy was first in her family to attend a university. And so that was dear to her. I think she shared that with Dr. Ralph. But through my years with them, I've been taught by both Bill and Peggy that you need to practice gratitude today and every day for all the blessings that you get in life and all the good things that happen. And that's exactly what Peggy Britt is doing today with this gift to the William Peace University. If she were here tonight, she would want to express her gratitude to Peace University for teaching her the skills and giving her the confidence to go out into the world to make a difference. Peggy Britt has certainly made a difference in the world. Bill and Peggy Britt have built one of the largest Amway businesses in the world, and they have businesses all over the world. And I'm honored to be here to be able to share this with you guys on behalf of Peggy Britt and the Board of Directors of the Bill and Peggy Britt Foundation. Thank you.
Wow, what an incredible evening, and I want to thank all the participants who helped make tonight come to life and to tell the story of William Peace University. I'm so honored to be part of this incredible work and community, and I hope that you too feel the excitement and pride that this place has, not only in its today, but in its tomorrow. As we close this evening, there are a few specific ways that each of you here or watching online can make a difference for this university and the lives of our students. Like our now 22 in 2022 supporters, you certainly can give courageously. The donors that you heard from tonight have invested in our students, and if this excites you and is something that you would like to do, we obviously would love to talk to you about it. So whether you can make a gift of $25,000 or if you want to beat Peggy Britt's gift, that's up to you. But if you know someone or you're here tonight and you'd like to make an impact on this university in a special and unique way, we would love to help you turn your vision into reality. If you are watching online, there's going to be a link in the chat that you can go to peace.edu/SOU for more information. We are working to expand this university, and for our students, we are committed to providing the best student experience possible, and your support allows us the opportunity to do that, to invest in our student scholarships, programs, experiences, our talented faculty and staff, and creating a campus environment that is truly inspiring, welcoming, and creates a very special sense of community. And yes, I think at times a sense of family. And there are many other ways that you can support WPU. We would encourage you to share what you heard tonight. Share our excitement. Tell your friends, your colleagues about the incredible things that are happening here and the incredible people that we have associated with William Peace University. We are confidently moving forward and are excited to celebrate each step that we take. For those of you that are in a position to recommend future students, whether they are adult students and are looking for that opportunity to come back just like Gail did, or perhaps a high school senior or somebody at another school is looking to transfer, feel free, if they'd be a great fit for us, to recommend them to us. We'd love to help them achieve their dreams and goals. Importantly, especially for our seniors, I know we have at least one in the audience, hire our graduates and create terrific internship opportunities for our students so that they can develop the skills necessary to succeed in organizations of tomorrow. We have an annual Giving Day coming up on February 23rd, and there are many other ways to support us, and certainly encourage you to go to peace.edu/give for all of those opportunities. I want to thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate Courageous Confidence. I hope that you've been inspired by the work that our university is doing, and most importantly, that's being done by our people. This concludes our program for the evening. I want to thank you all for coming to us here on campus, and for those of you who are joining us online, please don't forget, we'll have some VR goggles in the back on your way out. Feel free to take a tour. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and have a wonderful holiday season.